Welcome to Dorker Realms. While most gamers will be familiar with Dungeons & Dragons from the newest edition of the game, there is a movement amongst some players called the Old School Revival, taking inspiration from the design philosophy of the earliest editions of D&D and bringing them into the modern era. These games and adventures emphasize the weird, the challenging, and the hardcore. Bear witness as our intrepid players explore unusual and dangerous tales in these old school adventures. Part 2 of No Salvation for Witches. Though the adventures can be listened to in any order, we recommend beginning with the first episode of any given adventure. We go now to the table to delve into Dorker Realms.
Okay. When last we left off, I said that nothing happened to you during the night.
Oh.
And that is true. However, I want to point out some observations that you're able to make during night when it's dark. And
Okay.
You're standing guard. To the south, where the moor is, you can kind of catch a glimpse of something shining red throughout the night. It's basically like, imagine if you're out in the countryside and it's completely dark, and then you see a light bulb in the far distance. It's like that, but with a red light.
It seemed to be coming from maybe the same direction we saw the green glowing during the day.
Yes.
Okay.
And you also kind of notice through the trees, kind of above the trees, almost like a pink wall, kind of to the northwest. Sort of when you were walking on the road towards Forsgreave, if you'd gone right, you would have headed into the moor towards that structure, and if you'd gone left, you'd have headed through the woods towards this kind of
wall,
pink thing. Almost looks spherical off in the distance. And just some observations you guys make standing guard throughout the night.
Alright.
And
we have two things to investigate, I guess.
you wake early in the morning on the outskirts of Forsgreave, and you memorize your spells.
Shield, Sleep are my level 1s. My level 2s are Phantasmal Force and Stinking Cloud.
And I have Sleep and Shield both at level 2.
Level 1.
Level 1?
Level 1.
You are level 2, but those are level 1 spells.
I love not knowing anything ever. It's so great.
Alright, so are we going with Willow's plan today, or do we want to try and go back into town? I was thinking about that. Couldn't we just run into a building to get away from the cats?
The last time we ran into a building, we got stabbed by poisonous needles.
Well, I didn't get stabbed by poisonous needles.
Is there a wall around this town? I guess
No.
No. Okay. We could always try to climb most outside building and traverse across rooftops.
No.
Oh, I like that idea.
I don't.
Okay, I suddenly don't like that idea either.
That's suicidal.
Remember the time that Ari fell and couldn't walk for 3 days because we were hiking?
I don't know, these are English towns. Oh.
No.
No.
Okay.
My climb is also dog shit.
And if you fall, it's 1d10 damage.
Yeah, okay. It's pretty bad.
I could go back to that guy. I mean, I have a good chance of not being...
You want to do that by yourself?
What's the alternatives?
We go investigate thing in swamp.
Sure.
Yeah, we have the other... I'm just laying out our options.
There's
right
also a pink wall globe thing.
Yeah, there's that, the red one, the green one. The red and the green might be the same. They're in the same direction.
Yes, if we look, do we see a green glowing coming from that direction now? Or is it too far to see that?
It's too far.
Okay.
The green glowing wasn't very powerful. It was just like a little shimmer
The
that
red
you
was
were able to
probably
notice.
Well, it's dark, so it could
That's
be the
what
same. So we're going to, what are we doing? Are we going to the moor? Are we going into the town?
I want to do that by myself. What if I split up?
Perhaps.
I mean, if you want to do that by yourself, we won't stop you.
But you're going to already be by the mole.
Paul, I die in every campaign. Also, Paul, I think I'm gonna wander off by myself while we're inside a magical field full of cats and poisonous needles.
And no other animals.
How did I die when I walked in that... How did Mervyn die?
I'm not saying that anything you do is gonna help you survive. I'm just saying that you might be able to survive longer if you don't split up from the party.
I kind of like the idea of him doing it on his own. I think it'll make for a very interesting pod. Go for it.
Here's the thing. Mervin died because he was like, yeah, just go through. I don't see why that would be bad.
I'm not joking, by the way.
Oh, okay. 2, I lit a lamp because I thought we needed to see darkness.
How dare you?
And then it flickered a little bit, but not so bad. And then the next time I was engulfed, I was starving and I needed to eat, so I ate corn
Yep.
after watching someone else eat corn. So the way I see it is, every time you guys do something, or you folks do something like, mundane, I just, lose that lottery. I'm the kid that chokes on the hot dog.
Oh, and like the time you tried to go in the front door and I climbed in through the wall.
You went through a fucking... Yeah, exactly. But I was pushed in because,
To
Bindel and
be fair,
Petra.
he probably they wouldn't have installed traps in places they didn't think people would go in.
Well, hindsight is the better teacher. I'm gonna... You know what? Screw it. I'm so used
Chase
to
your
it.
bliss.
You're gonna go for it?
I'm gonna, go back in town.
You are.
Huh.
All right. Here's what we'll do. We'll watch the podcast for a little bit live.
We'll watch while Paul does this?
Yeah.
Oh, I have sneak, though. Does that help?
Yeah.
If you try to sneak.
Okay.
So you want to sneak into town.
Sneak into town where I saw the guy.
Okay.
And then
what's
try
your
to...
sneak?
It is 5.
So you have 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're scaring me.
I'm just making
I rolled
sure.
a D8.
Alright, so you head into town, and you're kind of skulking through the streets, doing your best to avoid being spotted, kind of dashing from place to place, and then you hear a low yowling sound.
Of course I do.
You realize the cats have found you.
Okay. And I remember where that building was, where the guy was like,
Yes.
help me. And I bang on his door real quick.
So you want to sprint over there and bang on the door.
I figured it was on the way out, but how far was that? I don't know where it was in town, in proximity to the exit.
It's kind of in the middle of town, basically.
Oh, of course that guy's holed up in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Alright, so with the yowling of cats in the background, you sprint up to the door of what appears to be a grain storage warehouse, and you knock against the door, and then after a few moments, the man you saw before opens the door, and he's like, get in!
And then I get in.
And he quickly closes the door and locks it. He's like, oh god, they're gonna find us soon. I thought you wouldn't come back.
Well, we need answers, mate, so...
We've been holed up in here since feels like a day and a half now.
So we came upon a barn, and the 3 children, the mouths were all sucked out. It was disgusting. 3 men were castrated and burnt.
What are you talking about?
In a this place, it's desolate. It's just you, isn't it?
We appear to be the only 2 left.
All right. How fast can you run, Chubby?
Well, I can run all right, but Jocelyn's hurt.
Okay, so I go to investigate Jocelyn.
Alright.
Where's she at?
He-
What?
So he leads you further into the warehouse, and you see a woman with she's dressed in your usual peasant clothes, but she's got kind of like a head wrap around her, basically like a primitive sort of band-aid, basically, or bandage rather,
Got it.
with a little cast. And she looks a little bit relieved to see you, and she's like, "Oh, thank God, other people."
How you feeling, Jocelyn?
My head still hurts after I tripped and fell and knocked it on trying to get out of the town. If Bartley here hadn't found me, terrible to think what might have happened to me if those cats had found me.
Oh.
When I woke up that morning, I was the only one left in town.
So, I mean, what?
Please, sir, can you get us out of here? I have a little silver saved up, not much, but I'd be happy to give it to you if you can get us out of here.
Well, that's gonna be tough, but I think we figured out why.
That's gonna be tough.
I mean, I don't want to candy coat it.
What happened to your friends?
It's just me. I'm quicker and I'm sneaky like that by myself. So I figured
See.
try to gather what I could. Alright. This is probably the dumbest freaking... I'm gonna light my torch, and then you're gonna bolt out of town, and then I'm gonna follow you.
Okay. Here, Jocelyn, hold on to me. And he kind of picks her up, and she holds on to him.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of look at each other and kind of get...
Before we go, is there anything in the... I'm gonna search the warehouse.
You find a lot of grain. Sorry. You find a lot of green.
What did the roll? How did that make my green? Okay, oof, I'm already encumbered. Oh well. No, I left stuff at the camp. I grab... Yeah, you know what? Nope, it's just a rescue ops. Okay. I'm gonna have them run in the direction that I came from when I light my torch and open the door.
Alright, so you light your torch, you throw the door open, and you bravely run out there, distracting the cats, doing your Ian Malcolm.
Explain reference.
Jurassic Park, the original.
Wow. Wow. Thank you.
Alright, and after a few moments, Bartley dashes out of the building and starts...
And then I run after.
Making a waddly run for the town limits as Jocelyn holds on tightly, and your distraction gains the attention of 7 cats. Kind of move to surround you.
Okay. Yeah. Can I run backwards waving the torch? Or... Oh, they've surrounded me.
That's kind of what they're moving to do as you're running the distraction.
Oh, I'm running away. That's what I would like to do.
Just immediately? So
Yeah.
you're not like waiting for to get the cat's attention or something?
I thought I already had their attention.
Yes, so... And they're kind of like coming around.
Oh, I see.
That's how you know you have their attention.
Okay. Can I kite them around, like, or I don't know. Can I like zigzag a path out of the town?
What's your movement speed right now? How encumbered are you?
I think I'm just the +2.
So 2 dots?
2 dots? Yeah.
So lightly encumbered.
Lightly encumbered.
Alright. So, yeah, you can kind of lead them away as best you can and then sort of strafe around and run backwards, but they do occasionally get a little close to you since there's multiple kind of coming in, so you do feel a few fleas kind of hop at you, so make a save versus paralyzation like your life depends on it. Because
Probably.
it does.
Probably. Oh, nice. I got an 8.
Oh
my god.
boy.
Total?
And my mobility hazard, yeah, it's also 8.
It's 8 versus paralyzed?
Is this paralyzation magical or non-magical?
Danny?
Non-magical?
His saving throw is 8.
So yeah, that should make it.
Oh, okay. Good.
By the skin of my teeth.
Nice save, dude.
Alright.
Fucking halfling.
And you managed to
Told you.
dash out of the town of Forsgrieve, and the rest of you see this chubby man carrying a woman come running with heavy breathing.
Petra will immediately rush to them and help them get out of the town.
Oh, thank God. Oh, that was horrible.
Well, that was very impressive.
That was really stupid of me.
You saved our lives. Thank you so much.
Petra will immediately see to the wounds of the woman.
Oh God, how are we gonna feed all these people?
We don't have to feed them. I just...
Expending one of her cure wounds to try and cure the head wound of the woman.
If only we found some food in the town.
Did you check for food while you were in the strange people's house?
I am a halfling, and it's very hard for me to... Yes, there's grain in there.
Well, I guess if we get really desperate, we can go run through the town for grain.
But I can't carry much because, I mean, look at me.
What if you weren't carrying all of your other stuff?
I actually left a bunch of stuff at camp.
Yeah, but what if you just like took everything off and then just carried as much grain as you could out?
So you want a naked halfling to carry your butt bread back to you?
So, I mean, good job, I guess. This doesn't really change much for us.
Yeah.
From her little peasant pouch, you know, the little. It's like a
hip bag.
Yeah, it is basically a hip bag. She takes out a small pile of silver and hands it over to Broom Nobbins. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Is there anything you can tell us? Like, did anything weird happen? Or...
Which has led to this state of the town?
Well, there was something strange that happened 2 nights ago. I was just standing by inside my house when all of a sudden this I don't know what to call it, just an apparition, looked almost like a dancer pirouetting at incredible speed with diamond skin came crashing through my house and collided into me. I was too scared to tell anyone about it. I just went to my bedroom and I prayed until I fell asleep, and when I woke up yesterday I was the only one left in town.
Diamond skin dancer.
That's what it looked like, but it was just like a shade of energy.
Like a ballet dancer or like a river stomp dancer?
What?
You never heard of
Ballet.
River Stomp? The a cappella group that bangs on lily pads?
So you were not aware of anything that killed all the wildlife in the area?
No, I didn't even know wildlife was dead. I mean, we were hiding from the cats.
How long have the cats been around?
2 days.
Yes, I'm not sure the exact time. I tried to flee town when I found out I was the only one left, and I struck my head when I fell, and I woke up when Bartley rescued me.
Speaking of which, was Petra able to help cure her head wound?
Yes.
And she expends a cure wound spell to try and heal her.
Sure.
What about you, Barley? Did you see anything?
Well, I was passing through the town of Eddington, and I headed over here to continue my journey. I'm a traveling healer, and I found Jocelyn laying in the street when I got to Forsgrave, and I took her inside to treat her wound, clean it, apply a plaster of Bethany wood before spackling a thick layer of egg yolk and turpentine over the injury.
Are you a doctor?
Yes, I am. Just to be safe, I administered a hot cloister of rose honey and milk, and
Oh.
gave her a strong purgative.
You didn't have any leeches handy?
Oh no, I don't have any with me at the moment.
That's
There
a
is
shame.
a swamp nearby.
It's a shame. That could probably do very good for her humors. You need to
Indeed.
make sure her humors are in balance.
Yes.
Well, she is fine now.
I still think we should make sure her humors are good with some leeches.
I'm not sure that's
Af-
our priority at the
After
moment.
an injury, you can get bad humors, which can lead to a.
What about her black bile and her yellow bile? Are you able to know if they're in balance?
I think the gods have a healing power that can balance all of the humors.
Oh, good.
Yeah, just to be safe though, we should definitely get some leeches.
I don't think that'll be necessary at the moment. I think we have more pressing concerns.
All right.
What if we threw the leeches at the cats? Maybe they need to balance their humors.
We just established
Yeah, it
that
hurts.
there are no living creatures outside the cats and the fleas that we've seen.
In fact, there is a barn outside that has dead people
I-
being cooked.
Yeah, I
Can we,
tried.
can we huddle up real quick? Can we huddle up? Just over here? We'll be right with you. Just right over here.
I can't huddle because I'm so short.
He
so
just
they're all
stands
kinda-
in the middle.
Yeah, I just stand in the middle like
stands
this.
up on tiptoe.
No, you know what? To make myself taller, I put the puppet hand on and I like lean in.
All right. So,
By the way, Broom Nobbins received 120 silver.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
So, she saw an apparition,
Yes.
which then collided with her. She then went to her bedroom and passed out, and woke up the next morning, and everyone else in the town was dead or just missing. And then everything was infested, and all the wildlife went crazy and died, and there's cats and all sorts of terrible stuff is happening.
I
You see
brought-
where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
She may be part of Epicenter.
Yeah, it might be possessed, or the witch itself. I assume this is black magic. I definitely didn't pull that from the title of the adventure using extreme meta knowledge.
What can we do about that? Well, we
I
got a
don't
cleric.
know. I don't know. I'm
One
just
assumes-
humming it up.
Witches would be detectable as evil, yes?
Anyone who casts magic.
Petra's going to cast a little detect evil.
Sorry about that. We were just conferring our plan. We didn't want to worry you.
So he set her down and has been checking on her while you've been doing that. Oh, no problem. I understand.
His bulldog jowls.
Yeah,
make him
they're like,
sound
oh,
Harsh, gosh, they got a all-you-can-eat gravy fountain. I've been dipping my nacho cheese in it.
So you cast Detect Chaos.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's burning bright on that meter.
Petra will lean close to Bindel. Yeah, your instinct was good. She is showing up very strong.
Yeah, I kind of figured. I don't know what to do about it now.
Yeah,
I mean, can we just kill her?
I don't know.
I don't even know if that would help. It might just release the thing.
Pardon me, young miss. What was his name again?
Jocelyn.
Jocelyn. Are you aware of... you are from this town, yes?
Yes.
Are you aware of strange structure out in swamp?
No.
There's something, it was glowing green as we passed it in day, and there was red glow at night.
No, I've
No?
never heard
Never
of
heard of
anything like that.
Had your, do you have a family, history of perhaps, like, women who are known to make potions or help folks with
Are you a witch?
chantings?
No, of course not. We're good, God-fearing folk. I never would dabble in the forbidden arts.
Can you swim?
What the?
No, I can't.
Hey, is Willow a witch lawyer? Sorry, I should talk to you directly. Willow, did you ever... Were you a prosecutor of Wiccan?
Well, no, it's just, if you throw a witch in the
Oh, yeah,
water
we had
and
my-
she doesn't drown, then she's a witch.
If only we had my good
So her
friend.
saying she can't swim isn't really proof of anything.
If only we had my
Actually
good
throw
friend
her
Neil
in the water.
Goblinson here. He worked a "Is My Daughter a Witch?" call center.
Did he?
I don't know what a call center is, but it sounded like that would be applicable here.
Sounds like an old weirdo.
Alright, so,
How about... Hey, would you like to pray with Petra? Could you...
what are we doing?
I don't know.
Do you have a holy symbol, maybe?
We were gonna go investigate the light. I don't. What do we do with these people?
I just brought...
You heard the whole lead up to this, right, Willow?
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Do we just... I'm the one that initiated it. So maybe if you guys want to press on, then I could hang back.
Press on where?
I don't know.
So, we just gonna go check out one of these structures then? But, okay. Out of character, all of this real quick,
Okay,
just
sure.
so we can
Yeah.
confer a little bit.
Sure.
Are we going to kill this lady? I also don't know that will actually help. It might make it worse.
It might
Yeah.
release whatever it is.
And then it finds a new host.
Or it's somehow being contained by her mortal body or something.
Yep.
Honestly, like, you show up probably just as much as she does.
Yep.
So it doesn't... And maybe she's actually secretly a wizard. Really, it doesn't make any indication to Petra, at least to her detect chaos.
No, but the surrounding facts are what we have to go off of, not
Yeah.
what you just saw. That's just confirmation that I was...
Oh, it could be that she is possessed by this otherworldly entity, and that's what's showing up too.
Yes, that's what I'm
Yeah,
pointing
yeah,
out. You
yeah,
have to go with the
okay.
surrounding facts. You never get things clear when you're detecting.
No, that's
being a
true.
detective.
That's a good point. You're right. And yeah, it might free the entity to possess someone, or it might free it from its accidental imprisonment or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it could be just straight worse. I don't know. I was just, wanted to make sure that we're on the same wavelength before we either ignore this or continue on, or...
Yeah, maybe what we need to do is bring her to the thing in the swamp, and then it comes out, but we don't know that unless we investigate or something. We can't continue, so we have to figure out whatever this weird mystery is.
Alright, so I guess... Well, I was just talking about purely do we want
Yeah.
to kill her or not.
Petra would not be comfortable with just outright murdering her until they know better, or know to do so.
Yeah, I don't see that...
Yeah, we don't
I
have
suspect that might be what we need to do, but I don't have evidence that that's the correct course currently. So I guess let's continue to the swamp, which is what Robin wanted to do in the first place.
Yes!
But we did get these people, which is probably part of the puzzle too, or at least...
Probably plot relevant, at least.
Maybe.
I mean, I could have left them in the warehouse and they could have just held up, but
Sure.
it didn't feel right.
Anyway, I guess back to where we were. Let's what do you want to stay here with them? Is that what I'm hearing?
I feel like we should just all press on together. till
Wow,
something
your
happens.
voice has changed a lot.
Oh, well, you didn't say we're out of character. Cause
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yes, we've re-entered character.
Well, then I missed that part. Sorry. Look, they're my responsibility. I can walk a couple paces behind you with them.
Oh,
Keep an eye
Jocelyn shouldn't move
Yeah, I don't
right
know if
now.
we
She's
wanna-
still injured.
Fine.
She should
Take
be
my
cured of
tent.
injury.
She appears to still be injured.
Oh, does she?
Yes.
You know what? No, you probably need me.
How you feeling about it now, Petra? Want to get some leeches?
I don't think leeches are the answer.
Are you a doctor?
I am.
What are your qualifications?
Oh my god.
Are you a barber doctor?
I'm just a doctor.
Where did you study?
I studied under the great Barber Doctor Paul Doctorman.
Say, Paul Doctorman.
I've heard he's a fraud.
How dare you, sir?
Wow.
I studied at the Great Northern Library.
Never heard of it.
See? That's how they do it. False facts. Alright, you know what? Do you think you could make camp here? How safe do you feel?
Well, now that we're out of that town and I don't see any sign of the cats following us, I feel a lot safer. We could set up a little camp here.
Alright, well, we're gonna go and explore. Hopefully, you know what? I'll come back. I'm making a promise. I'll come back for you.
Thank you. I'll stay here and look after Jocelyn.
I'll find some leeches.
I really don't think leeches are necessary.
I do.
She's lost a lot
All
of
of
blood.
my medical training indicates that you need leeches to remove the bad blood.
But she's already lost a lot of blood.
Okay.
Yes, but that was all good
Yep,
blood. You
well-
need to remove the bad blood to make room for the good blood.
I think this discussion is moot until perhaps the time when we potentially come back with leeches.
You're right. I do want to bring this in front of the moot. Too bad it is not here. Did we see the structure that the moot would meet in? The town hall?
I don't think we got far enough into the town.
Alright, so let's...
Well, now he's bringing up moot points.
Petra begins striding off towards the thing in the middle of the moor.
Willow's gonna follow.
Bindell follows the whole time, chatting about taking this in front of the moot.
Yeah, I bid
What
you
mood? There are
well.
no people.
I bid them farewell. But
Well, as the local wise person, I believe that would make me the moot.
You are not local.
I'm the only one here.
No. I am also here.
Alright.
Alright, maybe.
Okay.
We're comparing our wisdom scores. And they're the same.
It was weird.
Alright. So you make your way to into the moor. It is silent and smells of wet leaves. You travel for roughly 3 hours in that direction.
Oh,
And,
damn, I did not realize they were
yeah.
this far apart.
You find yourself approaching what appears to be a mastaba, a flat-roofed rectangular Egyptian tomb, the walls of which are made from a bright green brick, which gives off a faint light. And there is a single entrance, and the roof is flat.
I've read fascinating things about how these people bury their dead.
Isn't that what everyone does?
Yes, but they do it quite differently. Hopefully we'll find one.
Why would that be hopeful?
Because then I can, see what it's like in there.
In the dead?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Oh, they do all sorts of interesting things to the body before they entomb them. I'd like
So
to see.
do we.
Not really.
Not the same.
Not even remotely
No, we
close.
tend to just kind of put them in the ground when they're dead.
Oh, we sleep with their bodies for about 10 days.
So how are we going in here? Who wants to take the lead?
You said there's one entrance,
I will not.
There is one entrance, yes.
and the stone itself is giving off a faint green glow.
Yeah, faint light.
Willow's gonna go up and touch the stone.
It feels like stone.
Feels like stone.
Does if one peers through the one entrance, does the faint glow appear to be enough to see by, or is it pretty dark
Is
inside?
it open?
It is not open.
That's
Oh,
perfect.
there's a. Oh, okay, I see.
It's a stone door.
I didn't realize there was a door.
If only we had my old best friend and traveling companion who definitely listened to everything I said and worshipped me like a god, Gron Glitterbeard.
Why would what?
Oh, dwarves are really handy at stone architecture.
Of course, it makes sense. He sounds like a strong and dependable character.
He was great. Really loved that guy.
The stone door, does it have some kind of handle or aperture by which one may open it, or just
Yes.
okay? Petra will try to open.
I also just wanted to add, as a quick aside, you can see a short distance from the mastaba, kind of to the west of it, there's a small red sphere, which is just sort of floating in the air in the middle of the moor.
Well, you
You
know,
don't see one of those every day.
touching floating things in the middle of swamps is
I don't want
always
to lose
good.
my eyes.
Well, I think he only lost his eyes because he read what was on him. So just don't read what's on your eyes after you touch it.
But I have to look through my eyes.
Yeah, but he said he can still see before he read it.
Should we investigate or before going inside?
No.
No?
No. We should go inside first. We're here right now.
Wait, you said it's floating?
Willow's gonna investigate to see if she can figure out how the door opens.
Oh, I was gonna throw a rock at it.
You
I don't think
probably
it's that
turn the handle.
Oh, it's just
Yeah.
like a normal door?
Yeah.
Willow tries to turn the door handle
All right.
My shield.
and immediately suffers for it.
As you turn the handle down, a brick from the side of the mastaba wall is kind of driven into the side of your head
Cool.
for 11 points of damage.
Alright,
Ow.
well I'm down to 1 HP. Willow falls to the ground.
Oh no.
Yeah. Always search the door.
Hold on. Wait. If I had pulled it, would it have hit me since my head is way lower?
Yes.
Oh, it's okay.
Does the door still open, or is that...
Yeah, it opens.
Okay.
So we're healing Willow, right?
I mean, I'm not.
Oh.
Willow has a potion of healing too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't have healing.
No, I was hinting at Petra only, but
Yeah, I understand. I
Yeah.
know I have the healing.
Let the healer do their job.
Yeah, since we're outside of combat, yes, it's easier to use the potions in. Petra will cast Cure Wounds.
we forgot our rations before leaving to an adventure, so I just
Yeah,
want
I
to cover
know.
our bases.
I gotcha, but I mean, let the healer heal.
Okay. I'll put grace period.
Let me do my job.
I'll let you do whatever it is you do with your puppet.
Your weird bear trap puppet.
No, look, we're not married or nothing. Yeah, but I've never seen. Anyway,
Which hand do you use?
so why?
Alright, 9. I rolled a pretty
Left.
good roll there. Oh, no, wait.
Same
It's
one I
10 because I'm level 4. Now I'm out of spells for the day. Oh, no, wait. I'm out of first level spells. I still have... I guess Petra will now take the lead so that Willow does not get further bricked. Petra will proceed carefully through the door, looking for any, I don't know, cords or pressure plates or stuff that may trigger traps.
Sure. So it opens into a single room in air finger quotes because the room has no floor. It is a vertical shaft leading downwards.
Oh boy! Just so the door opens, it's just straight down.
Yep.
Alright.
Did anyone see?
Room knowings! I think we find use for your grappling hook.
And then we rappel down the chute.
Or now we go check out the orb because it's floating and maybe it's a two-part puzzle.
I am also open to this idea.
Do you still have not unseen servant, the floating disc?
Not ready.
Yeah, phantasm.
Oh, you have that inscribed, but it wasn't. Yeah, okay.
I wonder if we could use that to move the orb without having to touch it.
Oh, shoot, that's a good idea.
I mean,
In hindsight.
24 hours.
Yeah. If we don't make any headway. Okay, so we go check out that red glowing sphere.
Okay. It's relatively small and it's bright apple red. It's just floating there.
What do you want to do?
Someone want to grab it?
Shouldn't the person with all those nice strong checks maybe give it a try?
You gonna give me a boost?
It's not that high up.
Yeah, but I'm not that high up on it.
Look, just pull out your stepladder. I know you carry it with you.
No, I don't. You see the puppet come to life and push. No, alright. Here we go. Whatever. I go to grab it.
Alright, you pluck it out of the sky. Feels like it has no weight at all. But it is no longer floating. It is now held by you. So if you let it go, it'll drop.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Bucky spits it out. It's on the ground.
I guess I pick it up.
Okay. You have it.
Well,
And
that
there
was
was-
anticlimactic.
Nowhere to put it in the temple that we saw?
Unless it goes down the shaft. Perhaps it illuminates other way to travel.
Does it give off a glow?
We saw it glowing at night.
You did see it glowing at night.
So maybe we have to go in there at night with this thing and it'll be different?
Maybe.
I
Do
guess.
we at least want to try putting it in the dark to see if maybe it lights up?
I mean, we can walk back over there and, like,
Yeah, just
hold
push
it out.
Yeah.
That's all she means.
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
So we hold the orb into the entrance of the mastaba?
Yeah.
Is right?
Over the shaft.
Yes.
So the light it gives off is quite bright when it's out of the sunlight, and you can see that the shaft leads to a small room down there.
How far down?
Less than 50 feet?
Less than 50 feet, yes.
I'll just use my
So
grappling
get
hook.
grappling hook and rope down.
Repel, and I'll go in front, I guess.
Okay. So,
With the orb to light my way. Yeah.
sure.
Petra
So-
will in fact lower him down so he can have his hands available for whatever as he traverses down.
Okay. So you rappel down into this single room at the bottom of the shaft.
And if at Petra is also ready, she tells Broomnobbins if anything happens that you want to come back up, simply shout up and I will pull you up.
You attach it to the chainsword and it reels me up like a little, like winch. Not the bladed part. You know what I mean.
It's funny.
I do look at the ground to check, to search for traps from what I can see.
Sure. So as you get into the room, it is quite small, and the only thing really of note is that there is a pillow of black velvet on which sits a finger.
You hear a yowling.
It has been cut. It has been cut and cauterized. The finger is 9 inches long and has 7 knuckles.
What?
What the?
The fingernail has been painted black.
Hey guys, there's some weird shit down here.
Touch it.
You don't even know what I'm about to say. Touch the velvet pillow. That looks nice. But on top of the pillow, there's a weird finger doodad.
Definitely touch it.
That's really creeping me out.
There's a
Ooh,
finger.
is it? You said it's a monkey paw?
Part of a monkey paw. If monkeys have 7 knuckles, black nail polish, and are 9 inches, the same as our dear Lord and Savior's nails.
That doesn't sound like a monkey paw at all.
No.
Not yet, no.
Yeah, I don't know what a monkey is. I just thought if I halfling explain it to you, you'd fill me in with context. Anyways, so that's what's down here. Good thing the room's tiny and I'm tiny. It's all to scale. That's it.
Yeah.
So you're saying I should just grab it since that's all there is
I
to do?
didn't say anything.
Perhaps pick up pillow, not finger. Do not touch.
Why not? Okay, let's do this.
Pendel kind of backs away a little bit from, like, as they're looking down, he's just like, alright.
The second I scream, Petra, you know what to do. You just yank on me like you have to pay the rent.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Like yank, like, hey mister, your rent's due. Anyways. So I pick up the pillow.
So as you pick up the pillow, you kind of see like a brief glance. You see almost like stars whirling through a night sky in the fingernail. And then you pick up the pillow.
That's it.
I'm doing this for atmosphere and dramatic effect. Alright, yank me up, that's it, let's go.
Petra will slowly and methodically pull him up so as to not jostle the various things he is carrying.
Okay.
I folded it, the pillow.
Burrito style.
Burrito style in the mouth of Bucky. It's a bear trap, so
So
I'm
technically you're not touching it.
I've never really touched it.
Alright, so Petra is pulling Broomnobbins up, and Bindel and Willow are kind of sitting back, I guess. And the
I'm
two
not
of
in
you...
the Mastaba, by the way.
Yeah,
at
I
this
know.
point.
Well, neither is Petra, technically.
Because
The
the
door
shaft
opens.
goes straight
Oh,
can't go inside.
yeah, got
You
it.
can't be inside. So, you two notice a green, like, fungusy, just sort of a blobby thing sort of peel off the wall. Like it was blended into the green brick of the mastaba. And it's kind of moving over towards Petra, who doesn't see it because it's behind Petra.
Willow cast sleep.
Petra falls
Okay.
asleep and then I fall to my death.
Petra, there's a maybe pull faster.
Petra pulls faster.
We're gonna roll initiative.
Okay.
Wait, I can't really do anything, right?
I mean,
I still should roll.
yeah, you still roll, but
4.
7.
4.
4 also for Petra.
Willow got a 5.
Willow also got a 4.
Oh. Okay, Bendel.
Bendel cast Phantasmal Force.
So, I think that Phantasmal Force technically would not work on this creature.
Because it
doesn't have a mind?
It can't see?
It
Or
cannot-
smell or hear?
Not in the traditional senses, no. It doesn't have sight, hearing, or smell. It has no eyes, no nose. It's a blob.
Oh. So then sleep won't work either, I assume.
Correct.
I do nothing?
Okay, but being a blob and not having any of those things, could he not spend his turn casting that spell?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'll pull out my bow and I'll aim.
Okay. So this thing extends a glistening pseudopod and strikes at Petra.
Okay.
I wish I could describe the look on Vox's face. Will a... Oh, 14's not gonna hit.
No, it will not.
That's a shame. It's everyone else's turns in order of dexterity.
Everyone rolled like the same.
Yeah.
I mean,
Petra is pulling up quickly.
I don't have a bonus at all, so.
do I scramble? Can I? Is there anything for me to help?
You can try and climb, I suppose.
You have no hands available to you.
You're carrying the orb and you're carrying the thing.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I forgot he had the orb in one hand.
That's why I was like, is there a way I could no?
You can
it's
like
where-
scrabble against the stone with your feet, but...
because it's not a shaft. It's
That
just an
also
open
wouldn't
hole.
actually make him go any quicker
No,
because
I
he's
know.
tied.
It wouldn't,
It's a vertical
exactly.
shaft.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's not a shaft large enough for me to push my back and my feet
Like,
against.
no, it would have to be as small as you are to like try and
That's what I'm
squeeze your
saying.
way up.
Or even
that
spread my
wouldn't
legs.
make you go any quicker either in this
No,
instance.
it's-
no,
still wouldn't.
there'd be slack.
Yeah.
Alright, so
I mean, I'm just hanging out.
you're about halfway up the thing now as Petra starts pulling you very quickly and you're kind of shaking about a bit
Yeah.
more.
Could I tuck it into my backpack while he's doing that as an action?
You maybe put
Or
the
my
sphere
sack.
in your backpack?
Do you have any pouches?
I had a backpack.
And also, how are you going to do that with no hands free?
It's just a...
It's-
Oh, wait,
it
what if
seems
I
a little
just-
tough.
What if I dump my quiver and I just throw it in the quiver? No?
How would you do that?
Yeah, you're right. Ah, shoot. I wish I
I
had
don't even think if you had a pouch you'd be able to do this. You'd have to have like an open like gun holster or something.
What I was
like
gonna
that.
say is, oh, you know what? I took the puppet out of a case. I didn't have a holster where I just
right.
Bucky.
So he's probably not going to get up this turn.
No.
I have no actions I can do. That's fine.
Willow?
Willow's gonna try and chop at the plant thing with her axe?
Sure.
Slime thing.
Slime thing?
Blob.
16.
You hit.
Nice. All right.
3 points of damage.
So Willow strikes this creature with her axe and cuts off its little pseudopod.
Thank you.
Roll for initiative.
Your axe melts.
Oh, so even more.
4?
I'm hitting
3.
3 all day.
4 as well.
Okay, so it extends another little pseudopod and tries to bat at Petra once again. Misses. So sad.
You just want to see. Well, keep in mind, the higher you pull me up, if he hits you and you drop me, or I gendered the blob.
I assumed you were referring to Danny as the DM controlling the blob.
Nope. Honestly,
Also,
it's got a pseudopod.
this is
That's
gonna
a
be bad
bonus.
when it hits. It might not kill you, but something terrible's gonna happen.
Yes, especially considering how disappointed Danny is every time it doesn't hit.
Is it my turn?
Ventra.
Alright. You pull, I assume, and I
Petra
shoot.
tries to pull it the rest of the way up as
Okay.
quickly as she can.
21
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
aiming.
for 2 damage.
Okay.
The arrow just sits in it.
It hits the wall inside where the fungus is.
Oh, is it a fungus?
It's kind of a fungus.
It's like a
kind
fungus
of like a
blob?
fungus blob.
Okay.
There's a fungus among us.
It's Will Knob now.
I don't like that.
I'm gonna put that on a sign that says "Will Knob."
It could be
Will
Rumo?
travel.
Colo?
Rumo.
Colo?
Rumo.
What? Oh, Caldwell.
Yeah, so Kulo?
Caldwell.
Well, if you're
Caldwell.
combining our last names,
Wildwell.
it would be like we know
I forgot what your last name is.
Weaver.
Oh.
We know.
Wee Nobbins. Wee Nobbins.
Grana wee knob, nitty knob, nitty bon.
Wee Nobbins.
I'm gonna try and hack
Ba
at
wee na.
Alright.
the thing. 13.
You missed.
Dang.
Oh boy.
Oh, you can't do anything.
Correct.
Well, you're like at the top now, basically.
Could he?
If he had a hand free, he
could
could
scrabble
fill
up.
himself up, but he doesn't.
It's
Oh,
like
and then it's gonna hit you down, and then he's gonna fall all the way down.
I did say that. Yep. I figured that's what's gonna happen. I'm holding it like a pizza delivery boy. This orb, I can't
want
like.
the orb really
Are we
bad,
on to
by the way.
initiative?
Oh, can I toss the orb?
Yep,
Hold on.
No.
Oh, can you throw?
6.
Can you throw the orb right now while he's at the top?
if you want to.
Yeah.
To someone?
Not like roll it. Actually.
Or just like set it down?
Well, just roll it off.
Roll
the...
it so I can grab, or is that too?
Well,
actions?
you'd have a you
Reach
could-
up like you're gonna, and then just.
No, I know that part, but can I?
I don't know that you
also
can do
grab?
anything.
But you would have the
I don't
hand
know.
free.
Ask Dan.
Just in case, like he
Yeah.
gets hit, she gets hit, Petra, and then
You could grab
Drop.
the rope at least.
well, she's holding on to the rope. Is it tied to something?
I assume the
Oh,
hook's still
anchor.
tied and he's
Oh,
grabbing
got it.
the rope.
Okay.
Correct.
Sure. So I'm rolling it onto the
Okay.
shaft, and then I'm
Onto the ground.
Rolling
Onto the
it
ground.
onto the shaft.
Onto
Sorry, you're right. I'm
onto
just
the
dropping.
ground so that he has a hand free to grab
the rope.
if he needs
Gotcha.
to.
All right, next initiative round,
Petra did get a
please.
6.
3.
5 or no
4.
4.
All right, Petra.
Petra will haul Caldwell out and like drag him away as far as she can move that turn, so they're both hopefully out of range of the thing,
Okay.
the blobby fungus thing.
You pull Broom Knob to safety.
Broom Nobbins.
Broom Nobbins to safety. Broom Knob.
Yeah, it's Broom Knob.
Broom Knob.
Sounds like a house elf.
They won't give me pants. I'm very cold.
Master has given Brunnob a sock. Brunnob is free.
Does Broom Knob use the sock to polish his Broom Knob?
Oh God.
Oh God.
Wow, that's a good turn.
Whose turn is it?
Rule
Alright.
34.
It's Ben Nobbins.
Ben Nobbins in turn 6.
Before there was Baskin Robbins, there was Broom Nobbins. I tucked the witch finger pillow. I am technically armed with my otter claw.
Okay.
How about you can transfer the pillow to your other hand so you have your weapon available?
Sure.
Or if you just want to have your shield out to protect yourself, you can probably
Couldn't
ready
you
that.
hand that to somebody or let somebody take it from you?
If someone else wants to use their action to take it from him, sure.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Alternatively, you could put it on the ground.
I
That's
was
a good
thinking
point.
that, but I'm
Such
so
a bad idea.
I'm so clumsy.
Don't
No,
do it. It's gonna get taken away by something.
He kicks it back into the pit. Off
Oh,
the
that's
pillow.
all the thing wanted. It just like scoots over to the hole and pushes it back down and then molds back into the wall.
The fungus blob takes the finger and turns into a blobby knob witch.
Sucks because I can't just ditch the velvet pillow and tuck the finger in my boot.
I mean, you
I
could.
mean, you could, but you probably don't want to.
I don't want skin-on-skin contact with a 7.
Yes, we're totally in agreement with that.
um,
So do you want to be able to attack the blob thing, or do you want to get your shield?
I could. How far could I get away from the blob thing if I just put some distance?
Is it 10?
You could get pretty far. I mean, you're lightly encumbered?
Yeah,
You could get 60 feet away.
I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll just run my little.
Just fucking run.
Alright,
We see your
Robert's
true
bolts.
colors now.
No, I don't know. There's a lot going on. Plus, I'm a better archer. If you guys can.
I forgot you have a bow. That's better than a crossbow. I don't know why I thought the crossbow would be better.
It is Willow's
Oh.
turn now.
I assume.
I'm gonna try and
Okay,
hack at
yeah,
the blob
I know.
again.
Okay.
17.
Oh no, you hit.
Oh no, you hit.
Roll low.
4 points of damage.
We killed it without
The
something
DM
super
pantomime
horrible.
hurling the module book away.
Alright. Willow brings her axe into the wall, slicing the thing in half, and its two halves just fall to the ground and slowly turn brown and wither up.
Well done, Willow. I think you did most of that work.
Axes are meant for hacking at plants.
Oh, I didn't know.
Lots of gardeners.
One person doing more invalidated what the other person did.
Binjal,
What did
I
you do,
apologize.
Bindel?
You helped as well. You were
Thank
you.
you.
were
I shot
integral.
arrows.
You were
Into the
integral.
wall?
You were integral into the defeating of it and keeping myself
I'm
safe.
still in your spellbook and hiding it.
I'm like sitting there staring into the fingernail.
I take up the orb.
Okay.
We have things now.
This orb's
What do
pretty
we do
small.
with them?
Do you have a lantern, Willow?
I have a torch.
I don't know if I do have a
Do
light
you want a
switch.
lantern?
I don't.
Do you want a lantern?
Not really.
Are you wanting to get rid of a lantern?
I have a lantern and a tinderbox. Okay, so we now checked out these two things. We have a weird knobby...
Knuckly
let me see
finger.
that thing, though, by the way. You just described it to us. Can you hold it out?
I put my finger through the drawstring of my pants. No, it was like, you going my way? No.
That only looks like one knuckle.
Oh, no. That's not what this is. And then I, like...
The fact that there even is one knuckle is a little disturbing.
In a finger?
It's crooked. Like a duck. No. Anyways, I unfold the burrito, the velvet burrito. That's what I call it.
And reveal
The weird witch...
the 9-inch 7-knuckled finger?
Yep.
With a black starry night fingernail. There you go.
I don't know what to do with this.
I like put it in his face under his nose.
Back up! What are you doing?
I'm very sure. I just want you to examine it.
Maybe the catch will
I
not
take
like
the
it.
pillow from him.
And then I wipe my hand on my thigh.
Maybe the catch will
Palms are really
steal-
sweaty.
Maybe we can use
Are
it
you
to ward off the
studying
cat.
it?
Yeah, I guess I'm good.
Kind of pantomiming it.
I'm gonna
So-
give it a good look.
Okay. So, as you look at the fingernail, it's like staring into a window to the heavens, and as you gaze through it, you receive a permanent point of wisdom.
Dang, now you are wiser than me.
Wait a minute.
And I have to text something to you.
Alright.
Oh, snap.
Anyway, Vindel kind of like stares off in space for a moment. He's like, I've come to know.
It's like the second time that's happened, right?
I've come to know of Primicator,
That's right.
an immortal, non-carbon entity, so powerful that if he were to reach our world in his full glory, he would destroy it, and therefore can only reach out with pseudopods.
I'm retiring once we get home from this adventure.
What?
Primigator?
Yeah, I know about him.
Yeah, you just said you did. It?
More of an it. It's not carbon.
Pseudopods? Like the thing we just killed?
Maybe. Could be. That kind of makes sense. Could be like that.
Yeah, you said a bunch of words I didn't understand. So.
Which is non-carbon.
We're carbon. Everything's carbon pretty much on our planet. Rocks, carbon. People, carbon.
I see.
What?
I'm not...
It's all carbon based. We're all carbon based.
What does that
I don't...
mean?
It's just a classification of life, alright?
I'm
No
on
big
keto.
deal.
I'm not carbon at all.
I'm a fat-based life form.
Yeah, I know you are, alright? We've seen what you eat, Willow.
Jeez.
Also, how do you keep that form eating that much? Fucking elves.
Have you seen her swing
Elves
an
have
axe?
high metabolism. It's how they live long.
Yeah, that's it. That's the reason.
Must be because she's so young. Never heard of an elf that's 19.
I'm definitely 19.
That's what you keep telling yourself.
I know, you said that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so,
So what's that? Is that... Oh, maybe that is one of Primigator's pseudopods?
yeah, this looks carbon based.
The finger. How would you tell?
I mean, does it look like a physical finger?
Does being not made of carbon mean you are not physical?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think it would have like a structure like this.
So what does the finger do?
I feel more wise and worldly.
Do you think that would happen to anybody?
Maybe. Would you like to try the finger?
I would not like to try the finger.
Oh, let me get a go at the first base.
He holds it out to her face and she slowly starts backing away.
Petra will take a look at the
I
finger.
hand the whole pillow to
I'm just gonna
Petra.
take a whirl with the finger.
I assume it's like a hand pillow.
Oh, okay.
It's just a black fingernail as far as you can see.
Is
Oh, there's no finger there anymore at all?
No.
Oh,
I mean,
no,
when
okay, yes.
when
When he
she
looks into
looks
the-
at the
It's
fingernails,
unremarkable
it's-
except for being 7 knuckles and 9 inches long.
Willow calls from where she's standing now. Then touch it.
No, I'm not
Yeah,
sure
try
I'm
t- try
comfortable.
touching it.
I do not think I'm comfortable with yet.
Wait a minute. You got
I
wiser.
pick up the finger off the pillow.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Literal finger wagging.
You're waving at like the guy from Game of Thrones with the sausage?
I poke you with the finger.
Nothing happens.
Well,
Do
that is
all the knuckles move when he does it?
Sure.
I was thinking it was like a rigor mortis thing, but if it's like going like this...
Willow comes back over and you should add that to your friend. He could have like a
Ooh! I put it in my pocket with the broken time cube and the piece of the Hyperborean
Oh god.
blade.
My eyes wander towards.
Combine all the weird extra planar.
Well,
things.
he's keeping all of the like broken magic pieces he's finding in there.
So eventually they can all fuse into one.
It'll be like evil Deadpool, who's just all the leftover body parts of Deadpool.
Yeah. He has 2 right arms?
Anyway, so that's that. What do we want to do now?
Well, I thought that there would be more.
Ooh,
answers
what if she's being possessed by Primogator?
Her name's Jocelyn.
You think that was the
I
diamond?
don't know. That doesn't sound right.
Is
It could be.
diamond carbon?
Yep.
Then it couldn't be.
We don't know that it's diamond.
Maybe
She
it had
described
to-
it as looking like diamond.
Maybe it had to make itself some kind of shell of our world to be able to travel here?
Ooh, in which case maybe we don't want to let it out of her body. That could be dangerous.
It was Primogator a ballet dancer?
Didn't we see like? Yes, I'm sure Primogator is a ballet dancer. Didn't we see like a pink wall last night over in the
Yes,
forest?
globy shaped over towards that direction.
Yeah,
Globe.
we got that. That was the globe, wasn't it?
No, there's a pink wall in the forest
Pink
area.
is
Let's
not
go
red.
that way. I would say pink is red. It's just a different shade.
Pink super is a shade of red, and a red light from a very far distance would probably look pink.
Two,
A red
they
light
were
would
two
look-
separate distances.
Yes, a
or
red
different
light
directions.
from
Okay,
the
I
swamp.
specifically asked if they were in the same place, so I must have had my answer
yeah,
question
they're
answered
completely different
incorrectly.
I think we thought you meant the green one and the red one. The pink one and the red one were in different
Because the pink
directions.
wasn't a light, there was a wall that was pinkish.
And gave off light because it was in the middle of the night.
That's right.
So we're going to head in that direction now, guys?
Sure.
Okay. So you cross the moor, and you head across the. You kind of head across the road to.
We perhaps briefly let the 2 people know that we have emerged from, as we come out of the moor.
I don't know. Do we go back that way? Because
That's
this
a
was
detour
3 hours
of
away.
several hours.
Oh shit, that's right. Okay, sorry, I guess you're right. I guess we don't do that.
Keep adventuring.
All right, so you cross the road and you cut through the woods essentially, and partway through you see a huge pink sphere, and it's just like an opaque sphere. You can't see through it, and it's much larger than the red ones. This is like
Wait, red ones? Is there multiple red ones?
than the red one. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Like, did we miss something here?
So it's big enough to potentially have a whole small township inside of it.
Oh.
Oh,
Holy
wowzers.
balls.
Township?
Ball, anyway.
Yeah, it's like smaller than a town.
Oh. Oh, I thought county. Okay.
That's bigger than a town
Yeah.
by a lot.
We can't see through it or anything, you said?
No, it's
I tried holding the red orb up to it.
all right. So once you get within 100 yards of it, the sphere shimmers, and then it blows away like bloodied gauze before vanishing.
Does
And,
bloody gauze blow all that well?
What does that mean?
Yeah, I don't
Look,
know.
I'm just reading.
I figured, but I don't think that makes sense.
Yeah, bloody gauze.
The red sphere disintegrates in your hand.
No!
And
you
let's
lose a
see.
Oh god.
Can I see your character sheet?
Oh, wow.
Okay, so as the red sphere disintegrates, so too does your leather armor and the first of your spell books.
Oh.
Well, this could be worse. That's my personal spellbook, so I still have access to the majority of my spells, but that's a real
Wow.
bitch.
Yeah, I'll say.
Are you able to cast spells without
Oh,
a personal
wait.
spellbook?
Saving throw versus magic first. Sorry,
Okay.
I almost missed that.
I fail.
Okay. So, as the pink sphere unravels and disintegrates, it reveals a priory that was inside of the sphere.
I don't know what that is.
Like an abbey? Like
Yes.
not a convent, but like a place where monks and priests live.
Yes. There's like a walled little settlement with a church at the center and then a few buildings around the church.
I did think it was odd there were no places of worship around here.
I mean, so far as we've seen, it's been pretty godless. with all the castration.
Because
What? That was really fucked up.
it was.
Dead children about everywhere.
Normally they only cut off the tips.
Ooh, I think we went through this. You know what? Not going to touch that one with a 9-inch, 7-knuckled finger. And when you guys hold it, it's like in your hand. When I hold it, it's like up to my waist. I'll go fishing with it.
Petra will kind of look past the... is there a gate or just an opening in the walls?
There is a gate, and there is a warning engraved into the stone next to the gate.
Okay.
And it says, "If you are a friend, we are your misery cord. If you are a foe, we'll be your misery cord." And the first one is without an E at the end, and the second has an E at the end. Now,
Of cord?
yes, misery cord. And then one has no E, the other has an E. So a misery cord without an E at the end is part of ancient church pews that supports you when you pray. So it holds you up and supports you. And a misery cord with an E at the end is a thin dagger that was used to perform the death blow on armored knights because it could fit between the plates of their armor.
So the E is at the end of...
The second one, or the second one. If you are a foe, will be your misery cord.
Oh, I
So
thought...
if your friend will support you,
If
if
your
you're a foe,
enemy
will kill you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Petra will knock at the gate.
The gate is, it's not like held closed or anything.
Oh,
When you
okay.
knock on it, it's even like maybe slightly open. There's a fair distance between the gate and the buildings, so no one's gonna answer, basically.
Okay. Well, Petra will then like kind of pry open and peer through the gates to see the layout of the priory.
There are 6 buildings. At the center is the church, and there appears to be a bunch of things piled up in front of the church. There's a well in front of the church, and then there are buildings around.
So
The
5 other
church,
buildings
kind of a-
aside from the church?
Yeah, at the back, the far back, there is some pigsties and some stables. And then there's a building that is sharing one wall with the church.
Empty pigsties and stables, I assume?
Well,
They're on the other side, so we
Yeah.
probably can't tell.
you'd have to go look at them. So yeah, one is connected to the church, shares a wall with it.
On the right or left side from the direction I'm viewing it.
Double check here. The map doesn't match the description, so I have to
Of course.
double check everything here.
Sorry.
So a building on the left side of the church shares one wall with it,
Mm-hmm.
and then there are 2 other buildings of note, but they're all kind of the same outward design, so you can't really discern necessarily what they
their
are
purpose is? Okay.
until
Are they
getting
located
closer.
like at the corners? I guess I don't know if that's important, but I'm just trying
all
to.
the buildings sort of form like a loose circle around the church.
That's what I figured. Okay. All right. But I don't see any evidence of current people or animals from this vantage point.
Not at the moment.
Danielle, are you okay to go on?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'll just have a lot of work to do later.
What
And
happened?
Just invested all of my money, so I don't have the money to do it, of course. Good times.
Did you what? What happened?
Don't worry about it.
If you need help financially, I might be willing to.
So, we're going into the main building first?
Well, there is a lot of stuff piled up in front of the church.
Oh, sorry, I was not paying that close attention. I was worrying about some other
Perhaps
things.
we can
Take
investigate
the lead and I'll follow.
the outbuildings. Petra will kind of stride, trying to appear confident into the front, the main area of the priory, and call out, "I, a fellow woman of the faith, come seeking your court."
Okay. So once you kind of follow the path in and you reach the little well that's
Yes.
kind of at the front, you notice that the stuff piled up in front of the church appear to be church pews that
Yeah.
have been like hacked up and dragged out and
Yeah, that
tossed
makes
outside.
sense. Barricade.
Yeah. And quick.
If it's got a bell tower, someone could fit up there to
It does
look
have
down.
a bell tower, yes.
So they might be able to see us and hear what I'm saying. Is kind of what she's hoping.
Okay, so as you call that out, a door on the building to your right opens, and a man steps out, and he's wearing what looks like it was once pristine white armor, and it now has blood dripping from it, and he's carrying a mammoth two-handed sword, which likewise has blood dripping from it, and let me see. Okay, so he kind of takes a look at you, and then heads over towards your group. Hail! I am Sir Latimer. When not occupied with hassolitude and errantry, I devote myself to the service of women like Aurelia Wolcott, who has suffered no small degree of misfortune. I should know your business at this priory before I speak further.
This is a fair request. I am Petra, woman of the cloth, as you can see.
He bows his head slightly.
We have come into this area on an errand that takes us past the town. However, we have been impeded in our progress. So we have come to investigate what has happened. We found the priory contained, but broke that containment and now wish to seek information as to what has happened.
The impediment to your travel should be lifted within a few hours, and you shall be able to go on your way again.
Are you the cause of the impediment?
I am not.
What is?
He kind of looks at you for a moment. There is a ritual being conducted to right the wrongs that the King of England has wrought on this land.
Oh.
What wrongs, exactly?
What wrongs? The people starve.
Oh, well, that's definitely true.
It
What
is.
is the ritual that is being done to correct this?
My lady Aurelia Wolcott will commune with the muse Terpsichore and bring her wisdom to the world to help the poor and the downtrodden.
Is that being done in the church?
It is.
Do you know what this Terpsichore looks like?
She is one of the muses.
Does she have a form that dances and looks like diamonds?
No.
No, I don't know what you're talking about, fair lady.
Well, we would...
You there. The short one.
Oh, you see me? What?
Are you a peasant?
What makes you say that?
You look like a peasant.
No, that's just the height talking.
You were also unshod.
Is it the shoes? Because of my feet?
Yes.
Well, us halflings, we can't wear boots.
I'm
just letting you know.
I see.
I mean, you know harm. But...
Real quick, Danny, sorry, what was his name? Sir
Latimer.
Sir Latimer. Sir Latimer, you look like you have had cause for recent battle.
I have just dispatched a peasant who was not working on his master's lands, as is the custom.
Is not the peasants the one you're hoping to help?
Certainly. They should be fed, but they should work their master's land.
Of course.
I mean, what he says makes perfect sense.
How long has the priory been working on this ritual?
Nearly... Well, they began yesterday, and it's been nearly 24 hours now.
I need to talk to my friends real quick and regroup, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
What if they're trying to summon Janitor?
Yes, that's a fair concern.
The world will fucking end.
Well, then we would want to stop that.
Right.
What if they're summoning something else?
What if they're not? It's not a risk I can take.
Show that to her. What is the nature of Terpsichore?
She is a muse.
What would the followers of the Holy God be searching to summon a muse that is of other...
My lady Wolcott is not of the faith.
This is just the location that happens to be safe for it.
Correct.
I see.
The priests fine with that?
They have been confined to the attic.
Confined to the attic. So you're forcibly taking their church for your ritual?
Correct.
But you also want peasants to do what they're supposed to do.
Correct.
God called me a bloody peasant.
So that's the Lady Wilcott. What kind of person is she? I've not heard of her. She sounds like a person of great...
She is a brave and powerful fair woman to whom I have dedicated my service. You there, the one in the robes.
Yes?
You seem to not be on board with what we're doing here.
I fear that there's a chance it could end the world, and I'm struggling.
I shall not hear it. I challenge you to single combat. Face me, coward.
No, I refuse.
Then I shall simply strike you down where you
I
stand.
cast Charm Person using the Mind Box.
Mentok, the Mind Taker. Would you stop that, Bucky?
There's no saving throw to that, right?
I believe there is. If it's
yes.
magic saving throw, yeah.
Okay. Very well. I shall allow you to live because you are a handsome and charming man of seemingly good character.
Can you take us to see your lady, kind sir?
Double check something here real quick.
I also wondered if he's not charmed by her.
No men are supposed to be near the ritual at the moment, though I could escort you to the church where my Lady Wilcott is. Though it would be best if you did not go inside.
Ah, thank you, kind sir. That would be most gracious of you.
Perhaps myself and my other companion could go and see the lady.
Yes, perhaps you could even join in the dance.
All right.
He walks the short distance over to the church, and he's like,
Petra will lean over. Okay, get ready to back us up.
I'm sorry. I seem to have left something in the town. Would you mind making the journey for me?
which town?
Forest Grieve. There's a small camp right outside where I left my things.
Very well.
Thank you, sir.
And off he goes.
4 hours through a swamp.
Fucking charm person, nice.
8 though, 4 hours there and 4 hours back.
Three each.
Or 3
Well,
each, yeah.
3 into this. We're out of the swamp now.
I
across
assume
the
they're
road
not
to-
the same. Whatever.
Oh,
it doesn't
that's
matter.
right.
It's away, so we can do whatever we want right now while he's not here,
Yes.
and we don't have to fight him in order to do it.
He comes back with the heads of Jocelyn and
Oh God.
really awful.
Are you peasants?
Fucking asshole.
So, we're about to enter the church and see what horrible things await on the next episode of Dorker Realms. Brr, brr, brr.
Hey, Bucky, stop it.
That does it for today's episode of Dorker Realms. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly of all, tune in next week.